everybody, it's Under My Cap and welcome back to another video where today I'm going to be showing you advanced particle effects that you can add to your Minecraft person on, I think it's Minecraft Java 1.15, not too sure. It's just so many versions coming out at the moment and I'm so sorry for not posting in a while. It's just because I've had school on and a really long time to edit a video. It's really time consuming. But I've decided to come back and do another Minecraft video because you guys loved it so much. Now, I had a comment today, which basically, it was just a person asking if I could show them how to make a cape effect out of particles on a Minecraft player. Now, I'm going to say you can, but you can't. So, yes, it is possible. There's a lot of commands you can do. There is a way you can do it, which is really easy and it looks pretty identical to it. Okay, so basically what we want to do is we want to get the command block. So /give @s, which is yourself, command block. Okay, so we're going to place this down. Now this command which I'm going to show you is the execute command. Now the execute command is probably the best command in Minecraft because as you've heard recently you can now store executions. And it's really good with map making and all of those things because it just makes the process so much easier than just having to copy and paste stuff. So we're going to type in execute, so /execute, and we're going to write at under my cap, so that's my player. You insert your player name, or you can insert all players, all entities, nearest players, random player, or yourself, which would not work, I don't think, because it's going to say it's the command block. Now basically what this will do is it's going to teleport or run the command at that point, so it'll execute it at under my cap, or if you were another player it would execute the command at that player. So after you do this you want to go to run because you want to run the command, and then you're simply going to just type in particle. And then let's do totem. Oops, totem. Totem's probably my favorite one. And then you're just going to do a squiggly line, or 3 squiggly lines, and then change it to this. Now you're going to notice that's very annoying, all the commands popping up all the time. And to stop that, you can literally just type game rule, command block output, and then false. And what that will do is it will stop the spam of all of these messages here. Now after doing that, as you've noticed, there is a particle following me, and it looks really cool. So this is, since the particle totem falls quite fast, this particle will just go to the bottom of my feet. But as you can see, if I do a different particle, let's say a flame, oh, it's also low as well. So when you jump as well, it will follow every movement you do, because it executes it, I think, every game tick. And yeah, it's pretty cool. So you can do a whole bunch of stuff with this. Now, to further customize it, you can actually add a radius. So if you want to go into more depth about this section of the command, you can visit my last video which I did, which was how to use the particle command, and it was a simpler, kind of not in-depth command tutorial. But basically this is how fast you want the particles to go. I usually keep it on 0 just because it keeps the particles slow. And then the count's how many particles you want. So if I did 10, you'll notice that there's just going to be a lot more particles and it becomes a thicker trail. And then if I did 1, the particles, as you can see, are a little more spread out. So if I do this, and I change my distance. I don't know if this will work because it's, oh yes, okay. So basically what this does is it changes the radius, or how far you want the particles to go. So before it was doing it in a specific spot, but now since we've given it a 1 block radius, X, Y, and Z, it will go, the particles can spawn 1 block higher, 1 block lower, 1 block to the left, 1 block to the right, and 1 block forward, and 1 block backwards. So if I change this to a ridiculous number like 10, you can see it's really intense and it follows you. Now in response to the cape trail, so basically to do the cape trail, it requires a little more thinking, but you can actually do it really simply. So all you have to do is just, you want to go 0.5, I think. So it's halfway. So it's in the air. And then you want to, or maybe we'll do 1. So as you can see, it's behind me when I run, and that's kind of a cake trail. But if I copy it, and just change it across a little bit every time. So if I did 0.5 and change this to totem, totem of undying, you can see now have, a different trail. It looks pretty cool. But yeah, that's probably as close as you'll probably get to trails. One more thing before I go, you can actually make particles follow entities. So you can go /execute, and then you go at E, and let's say you don't want it to follow you. So you go type equals exclamation mark, which that means not player, and then you close it off, and then you do run particle. Let's do angry villager. Okay, so now you turn that on to repeat, and so you need to make sure you have their coordinates, and then you do the same thing we did over here, and 0 and 1, and then you go force so you can see them. Now if you look around, I don't think there's any mobs spawning, but if I summon a pig, you'll notice that, well, let me get rid of my particles. You'll notice that the pig now has particles following it. If I hit it, follows it, goes everywhere. And this is really useful if you want to do like kind of particle tracking, because it just helps you a lot. I'm going to quickly change it to flame, because flame's really easy to spot. And then we'll change it so it's about maybe 2 blocks high. So as you can see, all these little particles everywhere are actually following mobs, which is really, really cool. It's really cool because you can notice where everything is, and you can even spot items that you've dropped. The flame, because items also count as an entity. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and also subscribe. It would be greatly appreciated. I do not know what's happening over there. If you have any ideas or you want me to answer your questions as I did today, please comment and I'll try and get back to them as fast as I can. Also before I go, I have opened a website, and if you want to visit it, it's undermycap.com, and it sells caps, hats, shirts, you name it. So if you want to go there, links in the description as well as my social links.